welcome to Baking and Books. My name is Lexi and I'm an amateur baker who loves to read. So each week I post videos of myself attempting to bake something new while also talking about a book that I have recently read or just really love. I hope you guys enjoyed my last video. It was something a little bit different, so we thought we'd try it out. If you haven't seen it, I'll link it below. Definitely give it a watch. It was super fun. This week I'm going to be making Pavlova. Hopefully I'm saying that right. I got it out of my baking journal and it sounded fun and kind of challenging, so I thought we would try it. We're also going to be talking about the Austere Academy by Lemony Snicket. I hope that's how you say it. Austere. I don't know. It sounds really fancy and snobby, which of course it kind of is. This is the 5th book in the series of Unfortunate Events book series, so I would recommend reading those or watching the other videos, even watching the TV show on Netflix before you dive into this, otherwise you're going to be super confused. But I'm excited to get into this one with you guys today, so let's go ahead and get started. Okay, let's start with a synopsis. So the Baudelaire children are yet again having to be moved from one home to the next, and now they are going off to this boarding school, basically, the academy, where, you know, Mr. Poe hopes that they will, I don't know, be better students, I guess. I don't know, Mr. Poe's kind of a dick, so hard to say. But of course when they get there, as through, you know, this entire series, I did drop that egg, but don't worry, there wasn't anything in it. As through this entire series, nothing is easy or like the normal way to do anything. The vice principal is awful, and they're having to stay in what everybody calls the orphan shack, which is literally a shack. And there are a bunch of rules that don't make any sense that the school puts in place. And of course, being orphans, they have like even less ability to do anything good for themselves than everyone else does. The teachers make no sense, the classes make no sense. And Sunny, who is literally an infant, is working as the vice principal's secretary. So yeah, none of this makes any sense. But they do finally make some friends, so that's good. But of course, nothing can be easy, so even though they have made some friends, Count Olaf, of course, shows up and tries to ruin the day. And that's pretty much it. So if you have already read this book, and or you don't really care about spoilers, then stay with me. But if you don't want things spoiled for you, go ahead and skip forward until it says no more spoilers, and you can just see how our baking turned out. That way you don't have anything ruined for you. But again, if you've already read the book or you just know the series really well, then stay with me and we're gonna get a little bit deeper into it. Okay, we have to beat these for about 5 minutes, so it should be fun. Okay, that took way longer than 5 minutes, and also I forgot to put my apron on, so I've now donned my apron. Okay, the thing about this book is, like, there's clearly no in-between with these adults. They're either good or they're bad. Like, there's no adult in this book who, or any of these books, really, who is, like, solidly good, but like maybe a little bad, you know, in between, normal people. Everybody's either really nice and tries to help the kids, except they're always cowards and don't actually help the kids, or they're completely evil and horrible people. Literally, there's no in between. There's also clearly no school board at this, in this place, in this, what am I trying to think of? In this district. Because the school board would probably have all of this stopped very quickly. Here we go. Oh, and our vanilla in. You know, the thing is, with the kids doing all this stuff for Count Olaf, you would think that Nero would be mad that they're, like, missing his concerts, because that's such a big deal for him. Like, you would think that he would notice that they're not coming. But I guess he does kind of have a man on Count Olaf, or who he thinks Count Olaf to be, I guess. So maybe not. Maybe he's just like, well, you know, he is the best track teacher in the world, or gym teacher in the world, so it's probably no big deal if they miss, I guess. Also, I do kind of have to wonder, like, where's the actual principal? You know, like, if Nero is the vice principal, then where's the actual principal of the school? You know what I mean? Seems suspicious. Okay, here we go. Sorry if this hasn't been super interesting. I think, you know, most of this is like made with a mixer, so there's really not too much I can do as far as making it interesting. But it's also not super hard to make as long as you get everything right, I guess. Should I taste it? It tastes pretty good. I mean, it's just sugar. Well, here we go. Okay, if you left because of spoilers, go ahead and come back and join us. Our Pavlova was made and went into the oven and has come back out. It kind of just looks like a gloob, so I don't really know if we're doing this right, but we're going to try to transfer it onto this plate so that I can decorate it. And everybody needs to wish me luck. I'm going to use my new Harry Potter spatula. It's big, so it ought to get the job done. I'm just not really sure how you're supposed to get it off here. Maybe you don't. Maybe you cut and serve from here. That doesn't make any sense. Well, this is going well. Okay, well, there's that. I'm not sure if maybe I just didn't cook it all the way. I mean, it said until it was firm, so, I mean, it's pretty firm. Maybe it's not firm enough. Honestly, I have no idea. But we're going to try to decorate it anyway. I have way too much Cool Whip, but that's okay. I tried this new technique that I saw on TikTok where you take your like wrap paper, you know what I mean. What do you call that? And I made 2 different colored dyes. So 2 different colored blues, because I'm going to put strawberries on there, so I thought blue would be nice. And then I just like scooped them into rows on that paper and folded it up and then cut off an end, and now I put it into my piping bag. So let's see how this works. I mean, it definitely looks cool. Like, it's coming out. Both blues are definitely coming out. It looks really neat. I chose a really cool tip. I'm just filling like the whole middle section of it with whipped cream. I'm not sure how it's gonna taste. When I tasted it before it went in the oven, it was okay, but like I'm not sure I really enjoyed it that much, so I'm gonna try to just put some whipped cream over it because I know that I like whipped cream, and it's kind of a weird shape, but we're just rolling with it. Also, I'm gonna try a technique I also saw on TikTok about making a flower, so hold that thought. Ah! Okay, wait, I almost had it. I think it's supposed to be like a little tulip, but I don't think I have the right tip for it. Okay, anyway. Now, some strawberries. Okay, I don't want all these strawberries. I mean, it's kind of cute in like a little bit messy way. Oh, I should have showed you it before I decorated. Oh, well, sorry. Okay, well, that's what it looks like. I can't really show you because I don't want it to come sliding off, but I'll do my best here. So I guess let's cut it open and see what happens, shall we? It's not very big, which I guess is good. Alright, here we go. Wish me luck. I mean, it's pretty good. Kind of chewy. Yeah, chewy. I mean, it's basically just meringue, right? Like baked meringue. That's pretty much all I did, was make meringue and then bake it. I mean, it's pretty good. I would say maybe next time I would leave it in there a little bit longer. See if I can get it a little bit firmer without burning the edges. Maybe it's not supposed to be quite as chewy. It's not bad, but it is definitely chewy, and I'm not sure if that's right or not. But I love whipped cream, though. And yeah, despite how much whipped cream I put on, you can still taste what's underneath, so not too bad, not too shabby. Do you want to see the flowers I tried to make? I hope so, because I'm going to show you in a minute. I don't know if you can really see them, but you're supposed to like put the tip down, and then it forms out into like a tulip, I guess. I don't think I have the right tip on my piping tool. I will say, however, rolling, I mean, even if I was only doing one color of either like my Cool Whip or my icing, putting it onto that plastic wrap was honestly amazing. All I did was scoop it out in there, roll it up, chop off an end, and put it in a piping bag. And honestly, like, I tied up this end of it so it doesn't come out the end. I mean, I'm sure it could if you put too much force, but like, I put everything in there. Honestly, I'm gonna start doing that no matter what. I mean, maybe it's a little bit of a waste of plastic wrap. I don't know. That could be debatable. But it definitely worked to get really fun color swirls. And honestly, it was a really easy way to do icing. Let's see. I'm going to give this a 6 out of 10. I think it is edible. And I think it tastes pretty good. But I'm not sure that I really cooked it long enough. And having never had anything like this before, I'm not really sure I've done it right. if you ever have had this dish before, Pavlova, then please let me know if you have little tips and tricks or what it should kind of taste like. If you can maybe describe it to me, that would be amazing. But I've never had this before, and so it was kind of just like an attempt. And honestly, I think for a first attempt, I did pretty good. I was patient with my meringue and waited for it to fully form. And I put everything in right, baked it with a little bit of extra time just so that it could get that firmness. But I'm thinking it was supposed to be maybe a little more firm, so I should have left it in the oven a little bit longer. I am happy with the decorations though. I mean, it's an insane amount of Cool Whip, but they look so cute. I'm so glad I discovered this technique. Thank you, TikTok. And it just like, it looks so cute with the little strawberries and the swirls on there. So I think it's a 6 out of 10. Not terrible, could have done better, but a little bit of this, a little bit of that. That's what I say. I do recommend this book. I give this book, I don't know, a 3 out of 5. The thing about I think the first half of the series of unfortunate books is that you just deal with a lot of really inept and like honestly ridiculous, there's no other word for them, grown adults that really should be treating these kids better and doing better for them, and they don't. And the ones who do either are cowards and can't ever like fight the system and do anything about it, or they're just put into a position where they really can't do anything about it, and that's really frustrating. So I'm looking forward to getting into some of the thicker books now that we're kind of going along because I think they have more story. But in this one, you do meet the Quagmire triplets, which I think are really awesome characters, and I love them. So I think this is a really cool book. 3 out of 5. I mean, again, as an adult, these are made for kids. If you have other baking or book recommendations, please send those my way. I would love to have them. If you want, you can follow me on Instagram. That's typically where I post what I'm currently reading, so if you want to follow along, you can. And thank you so much to everybody that watches every week. You guys are the absolute best. If you haven't checked out last week's video, I'll link it below. Do so. It's a lot of fun. If you had fun today, please like and subscribe. I try to be here for you every week, and I'm a little bit of fun and a little bit of a hot mess, so it's usually pretty entertaining. Thank you guys for hanging out with me today, and I'll see you next time.